back to Geeky Ent. Now in this episode we're going to be discussing more of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now in this video we're going to be talking about the 2007 CGI movie, and we're also going to be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Now these figures were released a long time ago, but I did end up finding them online, and when I saw them I just said, you know what, I have to have it. So first we're going to talk about the Secret of the Ooze Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures from Playmates. Now you can see here that this is a depiction from the actual movie. It's got a lot of different art. It's got a lot of different accessories when it comes to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now on these figures here, these ones actually have articulation in the hands, the toes, the ankles, a whole lot of articulation, so you can go ahead and pose whatever you want. But since these figures actually come in a window view, you know what, there's no point in my opinion to open these guys up. Now like I said, these came from the 1991 movie, and I just, you know, people have their different opinions when it comes to this second release, but I believe all Ninja Turtle fans are in agreement that the third movie was just a movie they had to put out there, but there was just no premise at all. So here is Raphael. Came with the different heads, the different sculpts. Just one really cool thing to have. The next one here, we're going to talk about Donatello, and this one comes with one of the more obscure accessories here, but he actually comes with a mop. And in the movie there was a scene where he ended up mopping and singing while dancing in the film, but it was just one really cool scene to have shown in there. So having that accessory included in this pack, really cool. So here's a little close-up here, so you can see the different sculpts on the head of Donatello. It comes with this traditional bow staff, and that's a little bit of that's Donatello in a nutshell. Now I consider him my second favorite turtle, just because he's the brains of the whole operation, and with my whole science background I consider that we could relate. Here is Michelangelo. Now when it comes to Michelangelo, on any figure that was made by Playmates or NECA or anything, the nunchucks are always top notch. In this particular figure, the nunchucks are made of metal, not the Sausage Link nunchucks of course, but the actual nunchucks there. And you can see that he comes with a different variety of accessories, some donuts. He's got a classic Mikey smile sculpt. He's got some weird smile head sculpt that I'm not too sure what it is, but when it comes to Michelangelo, he's the party dude, and you just gotta respect him. He is the life of the whole group, in my opinion. He's an essential turtle to keep everything going. Last but not least, for this particular line, we got my favorite Ninja Turtle, Leonardo. Now he comes with just your basics, your Ninja Stars, your TGRI, and Ooze, and as you can see here, he's got the different head sculpts, his two katanas, his katana sheath on the back. On this one, I'm not too keen on his head sculpts, but I have a love for Leonardo, but when it comes to being honest and real, I think they could have done a little bit of a better job on the head sculpts. But these figures were made in 2016, so it's not too long ago, but back then, in the early 90s or when the movie was released, they only made what's called the Playmates Movie Star line. And if you can find those figures carded today, they're going upwards of 200, 250 plus if they're mint on card. If they're loose, you can probably find them for 100, which means that they come only with the figure and not the packaging. If they're coming with only the figure itself, with no belt, no sheath, no weapon holsters, maybe 80 if you're lucky. But one thing about the Ninja Turtles is that they actually hold up their values over the years, especially if they're held up in pristine condition. Now the next movie we're going to talk about is the 2007 CGI movie. When I saw these online, I just had to get them because the card, the packaging, everything was mint. So I just went ahead and said, you know what, I sold a couple things on eBay, I've got some extra pocket cash, let's just go ahead and get these guys. So when it comes to these guys here, these were depictions from the classic 2007 CGI standalone movie. And what I mean by standalone is that no other sequel or prequel or any other movie was made it was just a one-off movie. So you can see here the amount of detail that's depicted in Leonardo. Each of the turtles have a different shade of green, and there were different figures made in this TMNT line. However, when it comes to all the turtles, I stick to basically only the 4 original turtles because there's different variants. Like I think in the original Playmates line there was a LARPing variant. So here is Donatello from the TMNT line. The only thing I wasn't too keen on these figures was the lack of accessories. Each turtle only came with 1 accessory and their weapons. That was essentially it. So I don't know if they had to compensate for the amount of detail that they put into these, because these weren't you know, just the regular 3.75 inch line that, you know, Playmates made back in the day, but there was actually more of a detail on the. Alright, now as we do in Hollywood, we go ahead and change up our wardrobe a bit and continue on with the videos. So to continue on with the TMNT movie series, we got Michelangelo up next, and you can see here he's got his quirky little smile. You really can't go wrong with that because Michelangelo is just a classic party dude. And as you can see here, the amount of detail with his classic nunchucks. He comes with a classic skateboard, and you really cannot go wrong with this Michelangelo here. The amount of detail within his pupils, his eyes, you really can't go wrong, and I highly recommend. You really cannot go wrong with this figure. Next one up here, to continue on, so if you've done your math, you got 4 turtles. I've already shown you 3. Next up is the Muscle, Raphael. And in this movie, he really portrayed pretty much a badass, because he was a vigilante known as the Night Watcher. Long story short, Leonardo went off, the turtles separated and became each their own identity. So Raphael went ahead and became the Night Watcher and wanted to go ahead and protect his city of New York. So you can see here he's got his classic side weapons, and he also comes with a pair of dumbbells because he is the muscle, and you really cannot go wrong having your muscle of the group work out on that. Now I did mention in my earlier videos that I basically collect the classic 4 turtles on that, but when I was searching online, I did come across a particular figure from this line that I just needed to have in my collection. Also because he was my favorite portrayal of Master Splinter. So in this movie, he was how I envisioned my Splinter, except for the classic cartoon series. He was watching his classic soap operas, wondering if Diane was going to end up with somebody. But you can see here, the amount of detail that's put into this Splinter figure is like basically he's taken right out of the movie. Comes with his walking stick, and in this movie he was actually pretty funny and actually helped the turtles in the end to take down, I believe it was Max something was the villain's name. So that wraps up on this series. I also have one other figure that's not here yet, and that is Karai from the TMNT movies, but when I do get that, I'll go ahead and just show it on a future video. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. I have more TMNT content coming your way. Until then, my friends, don't forget to geek out and have fun, and we'll see you soon.